I'm writing my book, and it's like exposing my life and so many things that people don't know about me. That was the only time in my life that I ever considered suicide.
Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith have been married for longer than most Hollywood couples. Despite having to cope with multiple rumors during their decades together, the couple seemed to have figured out the ideal formula for maintaining the spark. Or maybe that's what they wanted us to think all these years, because truths have come out recently that have been disconcerting for fans. In the end, they have made us see reality. They are not the perfect couple, and on the contrary, all the problems and rumors that they had these years have seriously affected Will Smith. How? Here we explain everything. Now Will Smith is going to be hit hard by his marriage, and how do we know this? Will opened up about his marriage and his life before marriage in his new memoir. He stated that he and Jada, 50, had their ups and downs, and he recalled some of his previous relationships as well. Stockard Channing and Melanie Parker are two of the old romances mentioned in the Aladdin star's book. He also discussed his wife, Jada, and her relationships, particularly with close friend Tupac Shakur. Will revealed in his memoir that he was envious of Jada's past relationship with a California rapper. Before he went to prison in 1995, Tupac and Jada met in the mid-1980s and formed a close connection. They had a falling out, and before they could make peace, he was killed in a drive-by shooting in 1996. Though they were never intimate, their love for each other is legendary. They defined ride or die. Will writes in the book about their ride or die friendship. Their relationship tortured his head, he went on to explain. In the beginning of our relationship, my mind was tortured by their connection. He was Pac, and I was me. I have triggered the perception of myself as a coward. I hated that I wasn't what he was in the world, and I suffered a raging jealousy. I wanted Jada to look at me like that, he explained. Clearly, these kinds of things are what mark a person for life, and this was just the beginning. Will also made a few other statements when he had an interview with Oprah, all related to his memoir. During their private talk, she told him, "I realized you basically lost everything. The government seized your cars, it took your home, you ended up in jail. You describe it in 2 words, actually. Rock bottom. What was at the root of that downfall, Will?" In addition to prior relationships, the I, Robot actor went into great detail about his marriage, its hardships, and the lengths he went in order to keep it. Will Smith has a show where he demonstrates how he loses weight. "This began as a journey to get into the best shape of my life," Will says in a voiceover. "When I started this show, I thought I was getting into the best shape of my life physically, but mentally I was somewhere else. I ended up discovering a whole lot of hidden things about myself." The book was mentioned multiple times throughout the video. The actor and musician assembled his family for a reading of a section of the book, which included Willow, Jaden, and Trey Smith too. Will tells his friends and family, "That was the only time in my life that I ever considered suicide."
Thought I was getting into the best shape of my life physically, but mentally I was somewhere else. I'm done. And I ended up discovering a whole lot of hidden things about myself.
Willow is visibly moved in the video, while her brothers and the others at the table remain silent. What exactly is he referring to? Could it be that Jada was the one who caused this? The Smiths have won several awards, raised 3 children, and even leaped out of an aircraft together as one of Hollywood's most renowned power couples. Smith and his wife married in 1997 and have been happily married ever since. Will and Jada Pinkett Smith have finally addressed the long-running allegations about their relationship. Pinkett Smith returned to hosting duties for the 2-part Season 2 debut of Red Table Talk on Facebook Watch, and she put her 41-year-old spouse in the hot seat this time. Despite being in the public eye, the two have never shied away from sharing the ups and downs of their relationship. Their 23-year marriage is a testament to how they've weathered every storm, even separation. Will also discussed his romance in a recent interview with GQ. He expanded on something Jada has talked about on her show Red Table Talk. Quote, "She doesn't always agree with the conventional marriage standards. Jada has never believed in conventional marriage. Jada had family members that had an unconventional relationship," he told a publication. "So she grew up in a way that was very different than how I grew up. There were significant, endless discussions about it. What is relational perfection? What is the perfect way to interact as a couple? And for the large part of our relationship, monogamy was what we chose, not thinking of monogamy as the only relational perfection." His remarks came more than a year after the couple's appearance on Red Table Talk in July 2020, which was one of the show's most watched episodes. Jada brought herself to the table, as she put it on her Facebook Watch show, to confront the allegations that she had an affair with R&B musician August Alsina 5 years ago. Quote, "A viewer could have walked away thinking that Jada was the only one engaging in other sexual relationships, when that was not," Smith delicately explained to me, in fact, the case. In the July 2020 episode, Jada sat across from Will and calmly explained to viewers that Alsina had entered their lives while he was sick, and that it was nice to be able to assist him. She later revealed that she and Alsina became embroiled in an entanglement after she and Will were over. Will said, "We decided we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy." Will also claimed that he wasn't sure if they'd ever talk again during that difficult period of their marriage. They persevered, though, after a lot of therapizing, and Jada confronted both the ugly and beautiful facts about herself. Despite the fact that Will and Jada's romance sounds like something out of a romantic comedy, their meet-cute didn't have a standard happy ending. They first met in 1997 when Jada, now 48, auditioned for a job in the 90s sitcom The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air as Smith's character's girlfriend. Unfortunately, the 5-foot actress was passed up for the position due to her height. Instead, Nia Long was cast in the role. Smith stated during a 2018 Red Table Talk interview that he was drawn to Pinkett Smith after seeing her on the college-themed TV series A Different World. Smith was married to Fletcher at the time, therefore he decided not to pursue his feelings for Pinkett Smith. On Red Table Talk, Smith later said that he knew Pinkett Smith was the one. While on a dinner date with Fletcher, he had an aha moment in a restaurant bathroom. Quote, "I had a realization I wasn't with the person I was supposed to be with," Smith said. "I was sitting in a stall and I was crying and laughing uncontrollably. And I knew Jada was the woman I was supposed to be with, but I was never getting divorced. I went back out, sat down with Sherry, and started going back on with my life." Smith didn't try to woo Jada until after he'd broken up with Fletcher. He inquired if she was seeing anyone, to which she replied, "No." In November 1997, Smith formally requested his wife's hand in marriage. The couple married in a secret ceremony at a hotel in Baltimore, Pinkett Smith's hometown. According to People, the couple did not send invitations because they didn't want any potential leaks to the media. This explains why there aren't too many images of their wedding on the internet, but Pinkett Smith shared the above Polaroid photo of the couple kissing on New Year's Eve immediately after saying their I do's on Twitter. But Will did not know at the time that this woman, who he just made his wife, was going to be the person who would hurt him the most. In an interview with Entertainment Tonight, the Bad Boys actor spoke up about his relationship, saying that marriage was the hardest, tedious, terrible thing that we have ever taken on in our lives. After all these information bombs, we want to know your opinion. Do you really believe that Jada is the cause of all Will Smith's ills? Do you think that having an open relationship is what affected Will so much that he wanted to commit suicide? Tell us your opinion and leave us all your comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos and news from your favorite celebrities.